So, welcome back to the streaming. How are you? Hope I'm having a good New Year resolution. So, we'll get into it. So it's a bit more darker. So put the light. That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Welcome back to the streaming. We're gonna do something. I used to doing this. Oh. Okay. So we're going to do another playthrough, which means I'm not doing exactly like a past several months. So like so this is the first stream back in 2025. So yeah. This is the first streaming back in 2025, so let's get into it. Let's jump into it. So yeah. Oh my god, my back hurts a lot. I needed to fix my back until I get fully recovery, and that's it. So let's get jump into it. Okay. Uh. Oops. Okay, so we're going to be playing uh Sprunky mod. Sprunky mod. So we're going to be playing a Sprunky mod was called Steel Factory. So we're going to play Steel Factory for a little while. So yeah, this was like updated 4 months ago. Let's get into it. So I'll put it better on the so yeah. Okay, this list was being updated 4 months ago. So this is the last time. This is the first time I played this. So let's go. maybe I'll force to go to this way, and I'll put it in the. There we go. I will go to this. I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna go to let this. So I'm gonna go check out this one. It's a 2 month ago. Basically, it kind of looks like Steel Factory to me. And firstly, I'm gonna try this. Like, this is like 2 months ago. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. Please read. This project contains millions horror and remakes of the main spunky exit books through to depths ocean walls by Sipit Haha. Please edit this game. Somebody click on the scene, click on this icon. So. It kind of looks like Steel Factory to me, but different. It kind of looks like Steel Factory mod, but it kind of looks different. I think that's some colorful people and Pool.com to display and making sound, speed, and effects. Okay, let's go to this. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to some kind of the icon. I'll put it in together so it then mixes everything. So yeah, mix it in. This I haven't know any of this like this edition, but basically doesn't have any of those computing and then something. But I'm pretty sure because there must be in any of this kind of literature, but that's really. Oh, I will go. I will go. This what it is. No. Oh, 1 month ago. It's like 1 month ago. The trailer was like 1 month ago. Yeah, it looks like 1 month ago. Okay then. Alright. This is like a 1 month ago, huh? That's a 1 month ago. Alright then. Where did I? Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna go. This is Molly is brain. This is like a 1 month ago now. It's like a 1 month ago now. It's just like 1 month ago. That's still so little Bethant. This is similar to the equity block Coast as Ice. This was similar to this previously versus no sorry, and this is Okay, so I've done it. Okay, I feel like I said like this. Yeah, I just don't fucking do that shit because this was posting any for this because none of this like I don't know how to leave this wasn't bitter with it because it wasn't bitter at the woman because the the vein where eventually some kind of dissipation and nothing nothing eventually for this like a truly with this one I think besides I really hardly compute it besides there's this was offended to could be offended this is a for for entertainment but but like but like it was but that wasn't ever to like there's some kind of this so yeah so I'm gonna play some um uh um uh what um what it is we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play some games. Review this. So we're back. We're back on this one. We're back to destination. This is lots of the calculations. What is this? A no sound? This is no sound. A no sound. It has no sound. It has no sound and it has no sound. Oh well, it has no sound. It has no sound. There's no sound. There's no sound. There's no sound. There's no sound. But we gotta leave. There's no sound. There's no sound. There's no sound. There's no sound. No sound. No sound. Alright, so before I go, I want to make sure something that is related to this video because I have no choice, so I'm gonna go find a little transmission and.
Percy and the brake van. One day, Percy was standing at the junction. He had a long goods train which he was taking to Tidmouth, but he had to wait for Henry to pass with the passenger train before he could go on. Henry was late, but the sun was warm and Percy didn't mind. At last, Henry arrived. Sorry I'm late, he panted. Had to wait ages for the connection from the other railway. Do you know, he went on, that they have goods trains on the other railway that don't have brake vans? Doesn't seem right, does it? You've still got yours, I'm glad to see. Oh, there's my guard's whistle. Must make up for lost time. Goodbye. And he puffed importantly away. Huh? Later, Percy told his driver what Henry had said about brake vans. His driver laughed. Goods trains on the other railway have special brakes, he explained. Like passengers in Henry's Flying Kippo. They don't need brake vans. Your trucks just have couplings, so they need brakes at each end of the train in case a coupling snaps. You know how stupid trucks are. They did it to James on Gordon's Hill, remember? Pah, scoffed Percy. I know how to keep trucks in order. Better than James any day. What's good enough for the other railway is good enough for me. I don't need a stupid brake van. Don't be so silly, Percy, said his driver. Percy took no notice. It might have been better if he had. A few days later, Percy was shunting trucks at the harbour near the big station. He was just completing his train by backing onto the brake van when the shunter's attention was distracted. fucking kidding me? The shunter left thinking he had coupled the brake van to the train, but he hadn't. The guard blew his whistle, and Percy started quickly in hopes to get a good run up the hill leading to the main line. But the guard and his brake van were left far behind. "Stop! Stop!" shouted the guard. But Percy nor his crew could hear. All might have been well if Percy hadn't started so quickly. Unfortunately, the jerk had weakened one of the couplings. As Percy snorted up the hill, the weight of the trucks dragging behind the weak coupling broke it. The last 4 trucks began rolling back down the slope towards the harbour. The guard was standing on the veranda of his brake van when he saw the trucks coming. Quickly, he ran to his brake handle and checked that it was fully on. Then he jumped clear. He was just in time. The trucks hit the brake van with a resounding crash. The van shuddered and was pushed along the line. But somehow, it stayed on the rails and the truck's mad rush was halted. Meanwhile, Percy's fireman noticed that they had lost the tail of his train, and Percy came slowly back down the hill to see what had happened. "Phew," remarked Percy's driver as they helped to clear up the mess. "You see, Percy, brake vans do have their uses after all." And Percy had to admit that his driver was right.
Presents for Percy. Mrs. Kindly's health had greatly improved following her trip to Bournemouth. No longer confined to her bedroom, she waved to the engines every day from her garden. In the lead up to Christmas, however, Percy saw less of her. She must be cold, not having a firebox. Oh, I hope she isn't ill again. He needn't have worried, for one morning, Mrs. Kindly stood happily on the platform. "Oh, Percy, it's wonderful," she smiled. "My family is coming from the mainland for Christmas. I get more excited every day." "Some of my friends live there too," Percy replied. "I haven't seen them recently, with how busy the branch line's been. I miss them dearly. I wonder how they're spending Christmas." Percy puffed unhappily away. Mrs. Kindly felt very sorry for him. 2 days before Christmas, Percy was waiting at the junction when, with a roll, Bertie bus skidded to a halt nearby. "You shouldn't be racing in this weather," Percy scolded. "This is urgent," wheezed Bertie. "I was meant to collect Mrs. Kindly's family at Barrow, but their train is stranded. The other railway has no engines to spare. It could be ages before they're rescued." "We can't have that," Percy frowned. "I'm sure one of the mainline engines can help." Percy tried all day, but his luck didn't match his optimism. Gordon, could you? Can't stop. Tidmouth bound. No time for branch line gossip, the big engine called as he sailed through. I say, James, are you bound for the other railway? My stopping train stops everywhere but there, the red engine puffed. Surely you're going to the other railway, Henry. I am, smiled the green engine. Tomorrow morning, that is, with the flying kipper. Caw, sniffed Percy. The Kindleys won't want to ride in your fish vans. Bother those big engines. I shunt their coaches for years, but they can't do me one small favor. I'd like to show them something. Perhaps you can. There was Mrs. Kindly, and the fat controller. Percy, would you collect my family? Percy was so surprised, he didn't know what to think. Oh, sir, may I, sir? Certainly, Percy. Mrs. Kindly is a good friend of our railway. We mustn't allow her Christmas to be spoiled. Toby will handle the goods, and has offered to lend you Henrietta and Elsie. The signalmen know you're coming. Off you go. Percy didn't need telling twice. In no time at all, he was steaming down the main line. Beep, beep! Off to town, he cheered. On the other railway, 2 tank engines sat stranded with a rake of coaches. Told them I wasn't suited for these distances, the first grumbled. Could be worse, soothed the smaller one. At least we can heat the coaches for the passengers. Help will come. You watch. A headlamp pierced through the darkness, accompanied by a boisterous whistle. Do you suppose that's our help? Smiled the first engine. Percy wheeshed to a halt, grinning broadly. All change for Kindly Cottage, he called in his best express engine voice. Well, paint me orange and call me Scrap. Is that you, Percy? Percy was speechless. The stranded engines were his friends, Ginty and Pug. Sandbox Claus must have caught the early train, Ginty chuckled. Santa Claus, Pug corrected. What are you two doing out here? Percy gasped. It's all wheels on deck for the other railway, explained Pug. Every engine that can be working is working. We were drafted to pull this lot to Barrow, but someone went and broke down. Merry Christmas to me, Ginty groaned, rolling his eyes. Please help our passengers, pleaded Pug. Someone will come for us. Eventually. I'm not leaving you stranded, Percy snorted indignantly. You have steam, don't you, Pug? I say we get you to our works. Then I'll take the passengers on. The 2 tank engines beamed. Their drivers agreed to the plan, and the cavalcade was off into the night. Percy and Pug worked their hardest. Ginty could only will them on. That's it, boys. A pair of super saddle tanks you are. At last, tired and triumphant, they reached the workstation. The Kindleys cheered the engines to the echo, and as they boarded Henrietta, Percy helped Ginty and Pug to the shed. It's a cold, dark shed, Ginty observed. Better than the cold, dark night, Pug retorted. Just you be thankful Percy showed up. I am indeed, Ginty relented with a smile. Bless you, Percy. Now, you get those people to their family. And Merry Christmas, Pug added. Merry Christmas to you both. Seeing you two is the best present an engine could have asked for. With a final jubilant whistle, Percy set off once more, bound for the comforting sight of Mrs. Kindly's cottage.
was 2 days before Christmas. Many children were expected on the island of Sodor. All the engines were busy with the final preparations. The Fat Controller wanted this year's carol party to be an extra special celebration. The Fat Controller was now waiting impatiently for Thomas. Quickly now, he said, our Christmas tree has arrived just in time. I want you to fetch it, Thomas. Duck can look after Annie and Clarabelle until you get back. Will we be able to sing carols too? Asked Thomas. We'll see, promised the Fat Controller. It would be nice to sing carols again, sighed Thomas, as he set off on his important mission. Thomas collected the tree safely, but long snowdrifts lay ahead. I mustn't be late, he thought. The Fat Controller is relying on me. Whistling bravely, Thomas tried to move, but he couldn't. There was worse to come. Poor Thomas was snowed under. Meanwhile, the other engines waited and waited. They were grumbling about Thomas for being late. Silence, said the Fat Controller. Thomas left the works safely, but snow has brought the telephone lines down. We must assume he is stranded. The engines now felt sorry for Thomas, and cold but confident, the twins set off to the rescue. Suddenly, they came to a drift that was deeper than the rest. Hush, said Donald. I can hear something. Probably the wind, said Douglas. No, listen, insisted Donald. Over here. Look, it's Thomas. Come on, the poor wee engine must be frozen to the frames in there. When the workmen arrived, it took some time to decide how to dig away the heavy drifts of snow. Thomas's driver and fireman, who had taken shelter at a nearby cottage, joined the rescue. At last, Thomas and the precious Christmas tree were freed from the snowdrift. Then they set off once more to finish their long journey. The Fat Controller greeted them warmly. As a reward for all your hard work, you may go and enjoy the carols. Be quick now. At the big station, all was soon ready. 1, 2, 3. Suddenly, like magic, the station was flooded with lights. Ladies, gentlemen, and children, I give you 3 cheers for Thomas the Tank Engine and all his friends who have made this occasion possible. Suddenly, there was a strange whirring sound. Percy and Toby smiled. They knew who it was. With landing lights shining brightly, Harold the helicopter touched down gently in the snow. Bringing the greatest surprise of all, Father Christmas. Everyone cheered and the party began. It's no fun getting stuck in the snow, whispered Thomas to Percy, but it was worth it for this party. Happy Christmas, Percy. Happy Christmas, everyone.
It was winter time on the island of Sodor. The snow covered fields and railway lines. All the engines were hard at work, except Percy. Come on, Percy. This is no time to have a rest. I'm stuck, moaned Percy, and my funnel's freezing up. Driver's gone for help. Ha! Huffed Thomas, and went on his way. Later, Thomas had to help clear snow by a tunnel, but it was too deep, and he got stuck. Thomas was very cross. Snow is nothing but trouble, he moaned. Rusty was close by. Driver says this winter is as bad as the worst winter of all. How worst? Asked Thomas. I'll tell you, replied Rusty, and then the little engine did. Skarloey was working the line to the slate mine in the mountains. When the snow came, it was difficult to work. They used the snow as a double buffer zone to help stop cars skidding through the ravine. One day, Skarloey set off to the mines with some empty cars. Meanwhile, there was trouble at the mine. The winch that hauls the cars up and down wasn't working properly. Skarloey had reached the ravine. High above him were the mine yards. That snow looks dangerous, said his driver. The sound of your engine and the freight cars could cause an avalanche. I'll set off an emergency cap and see what happens. Skarloey watched as his driver prepared it. Then they ran over the cap. The bang echoed around the gorge. Nothing happened. Good, said his driver. All's well. We'll have a cup of cocoa and then make our way. But high above them, all was not well. A long line of full cars was about to be winched down the slope. They had just started their journey when some empty cars became derailed. The winch groaned. Break it! Snap it, shouted the freight cars. And they did. On, faster, faster, they giggled. The snowbank and buffers will stop them, said a workman. But he was wrong. The freight cars plunged into the ravine. Skarloey and his driver heard the noise and looked up. Avalanche! They cried. When the snow plume cleared, there was no sign of Skarloey. He was buried deep inside the high drift, blocking the ravine. And then came the funny part. What's the funny part about an avalanche? Asked Thomas. Well, no one knew that the heat from Skarloey's engine had helped to make an igloo. It's a snowball. It's a snow house. It's an engine. They cleared away the ice, only to find Skarloey's driver and fireman drinking cocoa as if nothing had happened. Lucky for him, but it just goes to show you can't trust freight cars, said Thomas. Or snow, said Rusty. The men had just cleared the snow away from him when Gordon puffed by with his machine. Hey, look out! There's snow about! He stopped by the tunnel and wheezed loudly. Then it happened. Oh no. Help! Cried Gordon. If Skarloey survived a snowfall, surely a big proud engine like you can do the same, chuckled Thomas. Paw, moaned Gordon from within, and then fell as silent as the snow.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. No. Oh my god. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure this is really critical of the trains video. Yeah. It was pretty good. I would say pretty much. This is mostly a pretty visual that kind of to so um I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Posting some unusual. Beside, I've been knowing that this is could have been so. Well, guys, this be it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this streaming. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for this one. So yeah. But guys, this be it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great night. Have a great Thursday night, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. My back hurts.